The National Electrical Code, or NEC, grandfather clause, as outlined in Section 90.3, permits the continued use of existing electrical installations, even if they do not currently meet code requirements, so long as they do not pose a risk to people or property. This applies when only the source and load side wiring of a panel board is being replaced and the panel board itself remains untouched. According to the NEC definition, such a scenario would qualify as an existing installation. The NEC specifies safe working clearance requirements for panel boards in Article 110.26. Existing panel boards that do not meet these requirements may present a potential hazard. The grandfather clause is designed to allow the ongoing use of existing installations that were compliant with the code at the time of their installation. It is not intended to provide exemptions from safety concerns. Modifying the source and load side wiring can introduce potential hazards if the panel board lacks adequate safe working clearance. It is not appropriate to apply the grandfather clause in this specific situation. The NEC code requirements for safe working clearance should be followed, regardless of whether the panel board itself is being replaced. Modifying the source and load side wiring without ensuring adequate safe working distance can create potential hazards. It is recommended to evaluate the existing safe working clearance of the panel board to determine if it meets NEC standards. If the safe working clearance is insufficient, the panel board should be either replaced or modified to ensure compliance with the code. Firstly, consider the definition of the grandfather clause itself. It allows existing electrical installations to remain in use even if they do not fully comply with current code requirements, provided they do not create a hazard to people or property. Secondly, address the specific scenario of replacing source and load side wiring without replacing the panel board. If the panel board remains unchanged, this is typically considered an existing installation. Thirdly, examine the relevant code requirements, specifically NEC Article 110.26, which outlines safe working clearance requirements for panel boards. Non-compliance with these requirements indicates a potential hazard. Fourthly, consider the intent of the grandfather clause. It is designed for installations that were code compliant at the time of installation, not to exempt installations from current safety concerns. Fifthly, recognize that modifications to the wiring can introduce hazards if the panel board lacks adequate safe working clearance. Sixthly, understand that, in the scenario presented, applying the grandfather clause is not appropriate. Compliance with current safe working clearance requirements is essential. Seventhly, emphasize the need to assess the existing safe working clearance to determine NEC compliance. Eighthly, highlight the necessary corrective actions. If the safe working clearance is inadequate, the panel board must be either replaced or modified to meet the code requirements. The grandfather clause should not be interpreted as a blanket waiver of safety standards. Electrical installations should always prioritize safety and compliance with current codes, especially when modifications are made. The NEC focus on safe working clearances is to protect individuals working on near electrical equipment. Always consult with a qualified electrical professional to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. Ignoring safe working clearances can lead to serious injuries or even fatalities. Regular inspections and maintenance are essential to ensure the continued safety of electrical installations. Any modifications or upgrades should be performed by qualified personnel who are familiar with the NEC requirements. The NEC is updated regularly to reflect the latest safety standards and technological advancements. Staying informed about these changes is crucial for electrical professionals and anyone involved in electrical installations. Safe electrical practices are essential for preventing fires and electrical shocks. Always use appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, when working on or near electrical equipment. Never attempt to work on electrical equipment unless you are properly trained and qualified. Electrical safety should always be the top priority in any electrical project. Proper planning and preparation are essential for ensuring a safe and successful outcome. Understanding the NEC and its requirements is crucial for anyone involved in electrical work. The NEC provides detailed guidelines for all aspects of electrical installations, from wiring methods to equipment selection. Compliance with the NEC is essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical systems. Regular training and education are essential for staying up to date with the latest electrical codes and standards. The electrical industry is constantly evolving, so it is important to stay informed about new technologies and best practices. Electrical safety is a shared responsibility, and everyone has a role to play in preventing electrical accidents. By following safe electrical practices, we can protect ourselves, our families, and our communities. Electrical codes and standards are in place to protect people and property from electrical hazards. Always follow the NEC guidelines when working on or near electrical equipment. Electrical safety is not just a matter of compliance, it is a matter of life and death. Take the time to learn about electrical safety and follow safe practices at all times. Electrical hazards can be present in any environment, so it is important to be aware of the risks and take appropriate precautions. Never take shortcuts when it comes to electrical safety. Always follow the proper procedures and use the correct tools and equipment. Electrical work should always be performed by qualified professionals who are trained to identify and mitigate electrical hazards. If you are not qualified to perform electrical work, do not attempt to do it yourself. Contact a licensed electrician to handle any electrical repairs or installations. Electrical safety is a critical aspect of any construction or renovation project. Make sure that all electrical work is performed by qualified professionals and that all installations comply with the NEC guidelines. Electrical inspections are an important part of ensuring the safety of electrical systems. Schedule regular electrical inspections to identify and correct any potential hazards. Electrical maintenance is also essential for keeping electrical systems in good working order. Perform regular maintenance on electrical equipment to prevent breakdowns and ensure safe operation. Electrical fires can be devastating, so it is important to take steps to prevent them. Install smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors in your home or business and test them regularly. Never overload electrical circuits or extension cords. Use surge protectors to protect electronic equipment from power surges. If you suspect an electrical problem, contact a qualified electrician immediately. Do not attempt to fix the problem yourself. Electrical safety is a continuous process that requires ongoing vigilance and attention to detail. By following safe electrical practices, we can minimize the risk of electrical accidents and protect ourselves and others from harm.